the amount of money percentage-wise that you need to save to fund your own retirement is a factor of a couple of simple numbers. The number of years that you live after you start work, and that's because when you're working and making money, you can start to save for your retirement. Breaking that down further, it's dependent upon the number of years that you actually worked and the number of years that you live in retirement. The spreadsheet has been reset to its default values. Let's assume that we're going to do another scenario where date of birth is 1980. Individual will start working at the age of 25. We're going to assume their retirement age is going to be 70 and that they're going to live to be 100 years old. Note that the spreadsheet is telling us we're going to need to save 40% of our after-tax income each and every month of our working career. And the working career here is 45 years, just so that we can live for 30 years during retirement. Let's also assume that our individual expects to receive a retirement income of $3,000 per month. That means that the nest egg that they need to accumulate during their 45 years of working has to be just over $1 million. Now, this is based on assuming that there's no annual inflation and there's no interest being earned on the nest egg while it's being accumulated. Now, to make things more realistic, let's assume that annual inflation will be 3% on average, and that while we're accumulating our savings, we'll earn 3% on average from the savings that we do accumulate. Accordingly, we still need to save 40% of our after-tax take-home pay in order to meet our retirement goals. But now we need a bigger nest egg. It needs to be almost $1.5 million. And that's because we have assumed a realistic 3% average inflation and a 3% average after-tax earnings on our nest egg as it's being accumulated. $3,000 a month in retirement income in 2050 when we retire is not very much, doesn't sound like very much money. Let's see if we crank this up to a higher number. Let's say we go to $5,000 a month. That makes a big difference. Nest egg went up. Percentage stayed the same. The big problem was we had to make a lot more money each year in order to fund that. And I'm going to reemphasize that these numbers are based upon personal savings. That is to say, we're not receiving anything from Social Security, and we will get nothing from defined benefit pension plans like from our employee, and that's because they don't exist for us.